All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house and welcome back to the channel. Today I have something spectacular. When the box is black, it's always pretty good, but when the box says CD, it's gonna be for sure fantastic. So I've got something pretty cool, but before I go ahead and open this box right over here, you might want to go ahead and check this thumbs up button, like right down here, and there's like a subscribe square. Just smash that one because we're approaching 10,000 subscribers, and there's gonna be a pretty cool giveaway soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, you can check out fablades.com and see what is going on there. Maybe there's some knives you want to check out. Maybe there's some nice fidget toys. Who knows? Anyways, we got the F95NL CD with a lot of details right over here. In this case, we get to see also like the Russian certificate, which is always cool to have, and see like a nice Shirogorov stamp. And there's some silica gel and also like a little decal, which you can apply wherever you want. So pretty neat. And of course you get your microfiber cloth, and you get the beautiful F95NL right there in the flesh. So let's check out a couple measurements real quick. 95 millimeters for the blade, like from this point to this point, pretty much right over here. And I would say like cutting edge a little bit more, like 10 centimeters. Handle head to toe 12.5 centimeter overall. Classic 22 and almost 22.5 centimeters. So to put it in perspective with a couple of sebenzas, let's call this sebenza NL as well, because NL stands for inlay in the Shirogorov terminology. These are of course sebenza small and large 21 Blade HQ exclusive with carbon fiber inlays as well. So also another one with inlay, which of course goes hand in hand with this F95, is the neon right over here, and you can see neon NL, and up top you get to see some stellar custom right there. And I want to show you another couple of interesting Shirogorov, since today we're going to be talking about this Shiro. Right over here you get a mini cannabis and a cardinal, both designed by Sienkiewicz Dmitry and executed by Shirogorov. But we are here to check out this guy right over here. It was a long time that this was due for an update, and here we have this 2023 edition for the F95. It's the staple of Shirogorov production. Is a classic, an iconic knife, is the F95. So it went through many variations. Now we are at the F95-0, which is a pretty cool production knife. This is the inlaid version, custom division level of that same knife. So there is some similarities, of course, but mainly the differences are going to be standing out because the amount of work that went on into this knife right over here is just mesmerizing, and it's like the pinnacle of the custom division features embedded into one knife right over here. Really, really cool frame lock. Of course, it is, I would say, I don't know, probably in the full-size knife, I would say there's this guy, and probably there is also this guy right over here. So you get F3, you get F95, and you get the Quantum, all in the custom division form, which are just spectacular. And this guy is the slimmest of the bunch because it's a pretty cool departure from the chubby ones, which I love. I mean, this is F3, very thick handle. I love how it feels in the hand. This one is no slouch, also feels in the hand really nicely, and it's at the same time very, very slim. So the blade stock also is thinner. Handle overall is very thin. It reminds me the Hattie magnetic and the turtle, but this is going to be a little bit thicker. So it's much more preferred, and that's why those two are gone in favor of this one, which is going to be staying for a little bit. But let's go ahead and check this pretty cool titanium frame lock. The milling, by the way, is just like on another level. It's milled everywhere. Where you do not see any milling, like here and here, no. Look at this micro milling going on. I mean, this side is just chamfered without any milling right there. But you have the inlay, which is a fantastic electro weave carbon fiber with some hints of blue. That's pretty cool. It's still like nicely milled. Look at that. That's very cool. It's a little bit raised, so it adds a little bit of thickness to the handle, which is a very, very good thing. Also, you can see that the milling is not reaching, for example, like the pivot, which, by the way, it's a new 3D pivot. If you can see, for example, like this guy right over here, you would see that this is still like nicely polished on the side, on the chamfer. So it's a dual tone finish, but it's flat, okay? In this case, you get to see the 3D-ness of the pivot, also dual tone finish with some micro milling going on as well. So dual tone, 3D, micro milled. So that's the new 3D pivot, large, oversize, and the color is achieved, let's say, by raising the area around the pivot. So that's very, very neat indeed. So it creates the illusion of a pivot collar, whereas in the previous editions you have an actual collar. Anyways, very, very nice indeed. I love the dual tone and the 3D-ness of this pivot. You get to see a lot of features here. I mean, one of my favorite parts is like this side over here on the back, where the flipper tab just pops out like magically. You would even like you would think it would be touching the scales, but it's not. And the tolerances are ridiculous. Look at this. It's insane. Just insane. Of course, this is classic lines for an F95 with a classic finger groove, and everything is just screams F95. What it's not like classic F95 is just the level of attention to the details. For example, check out the screw that is holding in place the stainless steel lock face insert, screwed in from the inside, but look at how it's finished on the end. It's just spectacular. Raised shoulder for this part of the holding the screw, so it's reinforced. Very, very cool. Of course, you get the milling going on, and it looks like it stops in the external cutout for the lock bar, but no, it's still there, going strong. And also there, hidden screw pocket clip, tip-up carry only, again, with some very, very cool milling lines over here, and just flat and flush, and some one of the nicest clips in the business. Nice tension. It's resting on this side, not on the lock bar. Also, the lock side has a nice inlay, which is protruding and creating a little bit more of a handle beefiness to hold on to. The inlay also is as a cut, like over here, to follow the lines of the pocket clip. You're not going to be able to move the clip on this side, by the way. And the clip has also like this little detail right over here as a little indentation to allow the tool to nicely fit right there and be able to disassemble the body screw, which is screwed in right into the scale to leave a nice and clean look, like it's it's pretty custom in the custom division to have a screw not showing on the show side. Sometimes you get like a custom division screw, then you're gonna need the custom division bit. In this case, you just need a regular Shiro body bit to take this guy apart, and just like another one regular for the lock side, which is, by the way, you see at the end right over here, there's a little indentation that goes inside, so it prevents the slippage of the tool when you disassemble the knife. The blade also is a work of art. This guy is made of F95NL, one of my favorite steel, pretty much rust resistance. It's pretty cool if you live in a wet environment. If you can use it in the kitchen, for example. It's a very, very cool steel, nice edge retention as well. You get to see the dual tone finish for this blade, satin flats and very lightly stone washed. For the primary bevel, you get a little cut right here, which is super sexy in my opinion. Some jimping, which is not really that functional, but looks definitely good. You have a nice wedge starting from this point right over here, handmade. This is a hand ground blade, by the way. Pretty much 50-60% belly straight up to the sharpening choil. Very, very cool indeed. Classic plunge grind in the classic Shirogorov style. I just want to check the stock thickness, which says 2.93, so let's say 3 millimeters, and right behind the edge, look at this, you get 0.3 millimeters of goodness, of slicing goodness. Screws are fantastically flush. You're gonna have a little bit of time to take this guy apart. Check out my video; it's gonna be up soon, and it's fun. It's meditative. It's a Zen process. Anyways, you get to see as well a nice polished titanium floating backspacer with the lanyard loop included right over here. Pretty much hidden, but yeah, you can do it 100%. Also, another little detail, there's some, I don't know if you can see, but there's some nice and very fine milling lines going on around there. And this part over here, look at this, it just accentuates the centered blade in this fantastic manner. Look at that floating spacer. It's just crazy. The level of attention that goes into a knife like that. It's I'm impressed, really impressed. There's some subtle improvements that went in compared to the magnetic, for example. Also, this inlay, it's concave, so when you hold it like this, your fingers are resting into a concave area, which is really, really feeling good in the hand. The action on this guy is much better than the Hati magnetic that I had, and the fact that the show side is titanium, for me it's a winner. It's much more preferred for me to have like a symmetrical look, like both same materials on both sides, and I just love this guy. Anyways, you get to see a little bit of billboarding. I mean, not too much. F37 Classic and Custom Division, which follows the Shirogorov logo outline. On the inside, you see, maybe right over here, you get to see CD2302, which is maybe right there, here you go, which means that 23 is the year that this model was produced, and 23 and 02 is the second one that came out in this year. The first one is the Mini Quantum. I mean, guys, this is just like a good sounding knife. Clack. Ooh. Fire is open. Like, you can do a light switch, you can do a push button. It will never disappoint you. Really, really cool, perfectly centered. The sound is sharp. And now it gets better every time I flick it open because this is still brand new. And by the way, guys, remember these are, I think, 1850 at the Lotto, but they instantly double in price after they hit the secondary market because this is just the nature of the beast. This is a 50 is a limited edition. There's 50 made of this one, so they tend to go pretty quick, and they tend to reach like the forever homes, and probably sometimes in a safe, sometimes in a pocket. But these are not things that you can find at the shop or like even like on the groups. It's something that people treasure, and just like I'm just gonna keep this one. I'm not gonna sell it because I was waiting for this one since the previous F95NL, and now that I got this, I still cannot believe it that I was able to score one because they're becoming increasingly popular and hard to find and increasingly expensive. So they tend to fetch $3,500 and sometimes even $4,000 and sometimes even more. It depends really on the model that you're looking for. The ergonomics is just perfect. Let's actually check the weight on this one because it's pretty good. It's not too crazy. At 106.3 grams or 3.75 ounces, which is nuts for a full-size knife. Pretty good. The reverse grip, fantastic. This guy is sporting a single row roller bearings, SRRBS, as opposed to the multi-row ball bearings that's sported on the production level, and the double row roller bearings available on the full custom only. Action is just ridiculous. I mean, look at this. I used some 5-weight nano oil because of the stock thickness, and 10-weight I found to be a little bit slower. In this case, I just love it how it just closes in a slow, controlled way, just like this. It's spectacular. Detent ball ramp is making everything even smoother. Guys, this is not a fidget toy, but it's super fidgety. It is the action right out of the box is was very, very good. I had to tune it a little bit just to make it to my likings. And I can tell you guys, detent is medium firm. Oof. And you could do it a little bit faster if you want, or just gentle like that. And just enjoy one of the best custom division on the market because this is a home run. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.